Man in Colorado is facing hate crime charges after allegedly throwing Molotov cocktails at a group of Jewish marchers who were calling for the release of Israeli hostages held in Gaza.
Authorities say 12 people injured in that attack. WGN's Dana Rebick is joining us with the very latest. Dana.
Well, Boulder police and the FBI say that they had no prior contacts with Mohammed Solomon. They say he was not on their radar. They do believe that he acted alone in this attack, angry about the war in Gaza. The FBI seizing digital evidence they say shows this was premeditated, that he left messages on a cell phone for his family before he left and carried out this attack.
It was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen other than Highland Park.
Aaron Brooks, who witnessed the Highland Park parade shooting, moved to Boulder, Colorado 2 years ago, and Sunday afternoon saw yet another tragedy unfold before his eyes.
I immediately saw smoke on the ground. I saw a flame coming from the grassy area. I saw smoke coming from a human being and people throwing water on her.
This man, identified as 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon, is charged in the attack. He made his first court appearance, charged with attempted murder, use of an incendiary device, and a federal hate crime.
Did you receive the protection order? Do you understand it? Thank you.
Investigators say Solomon used a makeshift flamethrower and hurled Molotov cocktails into a crowd of demonstrators, drawing attention to Israelis still being held hostage in Gaza.
One of them he threw inside of a group, and one lady lit on fire from head to toe.
He was yelling all types of things about Zionists and about killers and about how many people are you going to kill.
12 people were injured between the ages of 52 and 88, including a Holocaust survivor. 2 are still hospitalized with severe burns. Police did detain Solomon at the scene.
Their heroic and swift actions clearly saved lives. As mentioned, there were 16 unused Molotov cocktails within arm's reach of the subject.
Solomon later told investigators he had planned the attack for a year. According to court documents, he bought gasoline at a nearby gas station and filled the glass bottles, which he carried to the scene in a black plastic container. He posed as a gardener wearing an orange vest and bulletproof vest, which he later removed after he caught himself on fire during the incident.
When he was interviewed about the attack, he said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again. He said that he had previously tried to purchase a firearm, but resorted to the Molotov cocktails when he could not purchase a gun because he was not a legal citizen.
This is crazy. Like, this can't go on.
Those in the Jewish community shaken over this violent act of anti-Semitism.
We have to be smart. We're not scared. We're still going to gather. We're going to gather with security, right? But we're not dumb, right? And we're not going to be hunted, and we're not going to be killed again.
The FBI did raid Solomon's house in Colorado Springs, where he lived with his wife and 5 children. Solomon was born in Egypt, but lived in Kuwait for nearly 20 years before moving to the U.S. on a tourist visa in 2022. Ray and Micah, that visa expired the following year. In court today, a judge has set his bond at $10 million.
All right, Dana, thanks.